For the record, wasn't me. It was actually my boss at the time. However, again, everybody thought it was me, so everybody wanted to come kill me. So I'm walking around the office the one day, and everybody's like, hey, I can't get to Reddit. And I'm like, what do you mean you can't get to Reddit? Like, yeah, man, we can't get to Reddit. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, show me. So I walk over to one of the doors. He's like, look, no Reddit. And I'm like, oh, well, that's bad. I'm like, can you get to, like, DuckDuckGo? Yep, you can get to that. All right, how about GitHub? Yep, okay. Shit. So I start walking around, and I'm just like, to my known Reddit readers, which was 95% of the office, because they were all developers, and I started asking them, like, hey, what's going on? And they're like, oh, yeah, we can't get to it. I don't know what the hell's going on. Maybe there's something going on with Reddit. These were the nice ones who didn't assume I did something evil. So 15 minutes goes by, and everybody starts, like, lining up, like, at my desk, and they're like, hey, what the hell's going on, blah, blah, blah. Once again, everybody's getting their pitchforks and torches to come light Ray on fire. So I'm like, hang on. All of you just give me 5 minutes. Let me make sure that something else didn't go wrong, right? So I'm looking at all of our stuff. I'm looking at everything, and I'm like, I don't see anything obvious and whatnot. And I'm like, my boss never touches the firewall. Why is it updated now? Oh, shit. So I go over and I talk to him. I was like, hey, boss, a lot of people were pissed off. Did you guys, like, do something to Reddit when I was, like, at the lunch? Like, what happened? They're like, oh, yeah. He's like, listen, there's this one guy, and he just was pissing me off. He's like, and he's always reading Reddit, and I couldn't believe this. And it was pissing me off, and I'm over here killing myself, and blah, 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 and he's going on, and I'm like, why? What did you do? And I went and I looked, like, he was blocking CDNs, he was blocking, like the IP addresses, he was blocking any type of rerouting, like, he went nuts. And it was like this huge elaborate config to just hate on one person, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, what are you doing, man? And he's like, well, I'm leaving it that way. I'm like, no, you're not. And he's like, why? I'm like, they're over here with pitchforks. They're coming to kill me. I'm like, no. I'm like, I'm over here, looking like I'm a doofus. I'm like, no, what are you talking about? We didn't do this. And here you are over here, like, on a crusade because one guy pissed you off. Yeah, well, he did. He absolutely did. So, yeah, it was fun times. But going back to his original point, the only thing I ever did, I did one thing, and I did it for about an hour to make a point. There was one gentleman, he watched Netflix every day ritually on my network in front of my desk. And I'm like...
So awesome.
I'm like, okay. So...
Was it a redirect?
What's that?
Did you just redirect Netflix?
No. Okay. See, I didn't use the bazooka approach like Boss Man. No. I went in and I found his devices on the wireless and wired network, rate limited just him to 4K. It was great. He's just like, I don't know why it's not loading. I think Netflix is down today. Did it for an hour. Did it for that same hour when he came in for the entire week, right? And he's just like, oh, whatever. Never watched Netflix in my office ever again. It was great. But he had no idea it was me. So anyway, so Berg, if you watch this on the internet, I'm actually really, really sorry. Please don't murder me. I love you. I will buy you a beer. Okay. Yes, sir.
What's wrong with him? My kids know exactly what's going on when things go slow.
Listen, I don't know. I mean, to be fair, he was running Debian at the time. I think he blamed it. I'm not going to lie. I know that's terrible, but I really think that's what he did. If anybody's running Debian here, please don't murder me. Debian people, please do not come flame me. I'm sorry. That just happened to be what the story was. But any other questions? Yes, sir.
Did you have to deal with any SQL authentication, like the nameless SQL?
So fortunately, my developers didn't hate me that badly. So no, thank God. If I had to, that would have been even another set of hoops that I was already diving through because I felt like I was just taking ballet with all of the hoops and flexible things I was trying to build at the time. So it was no fun. But any other questions?
Do you have local DNS at least and NTP?
Yes. We originally had bind 9. And then we switched to DJB DNS because they wanted to manage it with a JSON object because it would show revision history. because Bind 9 didn't have a great way of doing that. But if nobody's got anything else, I'll let y'all go.